This is the Scorecard, where you score the latest sports news and in-depth views. I'm Anton Roxas. On the Scorecard tonight, Philippines holds strong atop Longboard Worlds after Day 6. Joo Dae Yeong conquers 2025 Tour of Luzon, Morales a close second. In the UAAP, Salle locks in number 2 spot with comeback thriller over USD. In Major League Baseball, Bowers delivers as Brewers bounce White Sox again 6-4. Hawks' Daniels claims NBA's most improved player honors. In the NBA playoffs, the Rockets stay alive and blast the Warriors to force a Game 6. While Rudy Gobert dominates small ball Lakers as the Timberwolves advance with Game 5 win. And get to know more about the world's #1 heavyweight sambista, the Philippines' very own Sambo queen, Sydney Tancontian. All the headlines and more. Don't miss the Scorecard tonight, the 1st of May. Now here's our roundup. Team Philippines continues to ride high at the ISA World Longboard Championship in El Salvador, maintaining its lead as the competition dives into crucial rounds. After 6 days of action, the Philippines racked up 3,335 points, just a hairline 25 points ahead of France's 3,310. Japan trails in third with 3,220 points. In the men's division, J.R. Esquivel dominated Heat 2 of Round 4 with a strong 15.63 score, while Crisanto Villanueva finished third and moved to the repechage round. Next up in the quarterfinals, Francis Rola Lefebvre and Edward Del Pero joined Japan's Taka Inoue in Heat 1, while Esquivel takes on Hawaii's Kai Salas and England's Ben Skinner in Heat 2. Now on the women's side, Mara Lopez continues to represent the Philippines with poise, securing second place in Heat 3 with a 12.36 performance. Lopez is set to compete in Heat 2 of the quarters, battling against the USA's Rachel Tilley and Australia's Tully White. Earlier in Heat 1, Peru's Maria Fernanda Reyes, Hawaii's Sophia Culhane, and Japan's Natsumi Teoka will square off. Korean rider Joo Dae Yeong pulled off a thrilling comeback in the Benguet Mountains, securing the Tour of Luzon crown on May 1. Despite a busted rear tire near Baguio City, the 28-year-old from Gapyeong cycling team powered through the 177.54-kilometer Stage 8, clocking 4:21.31 to clinch the overall title. He clocked a total of 22:21.8 over 8 grueling stages and took home the 1 million peso top prize. Joo wore the yellow jersey from start to finish even after losing 3 teammates in a Stage 6 crash. Morales of Standard Insurance charged hard in the final ascent to Baguio's Lion's Head but missed the top spot by just 6 seconds. Joshua Pascual of Excellent Noodles stole the show with a 4:16.14 finish, claiming the stage win and the Eagle of the Mountain title. MPT Drive Hub took the team title, wrapping up an epic tour with a 88:22.02 time. Moving on to collegiate sports, Salle staged a gritty comeback against University of Santo Tomas, grabbing a 23-25, 25-20, 30-28, 29-27 victory to secure the number 2 seed and the last Final Four bonus in UAAP Season 87 Women's Volleyball at the Mall of Asia Arena. The Lady Spikers shook off a first-set setback and rallied from a 17-22 hole in the 4th, surviving a flurry of attacks from the fiery Golden Tigresses to clinch the win in a thrilling 2.5-hour showdown. LaSalle's defense was unreal, racking up a season-high 20 blocks, including 3 crucial ones late in the 4th. Highlighted by Juliana Tolentino's massive block on Maribeth Hilongo, followed by Shivana Laput's down-the-line hammer to seal it. The Lady Spikers' net control perfectly balanced Angel Canino's 24-point burst, which included 4 blocks and an ace, as LaSalle now gears up for a Final Four rematch against UST. In Major League Baseball, Jake Bauers came through with a 2-run tie-breaking double in the 8th to spark a 3-run burst that lifted the Milwaukee Brewers to a 6-4 win over the Chicago White Sox. William Contreras got on base 4 times with 2 hits and 2 walks, while Salle added 2 hits as Milwaukee picked up its 3rd straight win overall and extended its streak against Chicago to 8 straight games. The White Sox dropped their 3rd in a row and have now lost 13 of their last 16. Miguel Vargas collected 3 hits while Luis Robert Jr. and Lenin Sosa had 2 apiece. With the game tied at 3 in the 8th, Contreras walked, Frelick bunted for a single, and an errant throw put runners on the corner. Rhys Hoskins drew a 10-pitch walk to load the bases before Bauers drilled a shot into the right center gap to plate 2. He later scored on a sac fly from Caleb Durbin. The White Sox responded with 2 in the 2nd, including an RBI single from Sosa and a hit-by-pitch with the bases loaded. Milwaukee reclaimed the lead in the 4th after a sacrifice fly by Vinny Capra, but Andrew Vaughn tied it for Chicago in the 5th with a 2-out single. Jared Koenig picked up the win for Milwaukee while Cam Boozer took the loss for Chicago. Atlanta's Dyson Daniels just got a major nod, being named the 2025 NBA Most Improved Player after a breakout season that's turned heads across the league. The 22-year-old Australian guard who led the entire NBA in steals became only the 2nd Hawk to ever bag the award, following Allen Henderson back in 1998. Daniel snagged 44 first-place votes from a global media panel, edging out Clippers big man Ivica Zubac and Detroit's Cade Cunningham. Dubbed the Great Barrier Thief, Daniels racked up a massive 229 steals this season, the most since Gary Payton's 1995-96 run. He averaged 3.01 steals a night, a stat line we haven't seen since Alvin Robertson in the early 90s. On top of that, he led the NBA in deflections too, with 443 total and an average of 5.8 per game. In his first year with Atlanta after a trade from New Orleans last July, Daniels posted career highs of 14.1 points, 5.9 rebounds, and 4.4 assists, and shot a sharp 49.3% from the field and 34% from deep across 76 games. His all-around stats this season put him in elite company, joining only 4 other legends: Magic Johnson, Michael Jordan, Alvin Robertson, and Michael Ray Richardson to ever average at least 14 points, 5 boards, 4 dimes, and 3 steals in a single season. Daniels' jump from last season was massive, improving by 8.3 points, 2 rebounds, 1.7 assists, and 1.62 steals per game. A leap only matched by Richardson and Eric Murdoch among players with 50 or more games. No wonder the future looks bright for Atlanta's rising star. In the NBA playoffs, Houston isn't done yet. The Rockets came out swinging, built a 31-point lead, and held off a late push to take down the Warriors 131-116 and force a Game 6. Facing elimination at home, Houston delivered early with a 15-0 run and never let up, leading 76-49 by halftime. By mid-third, with Houston up 93-64, Golden State benched its starters, including Stephen Curry, Jimmy Butler III, and Draymond Green, saving them for Friday's game. The Warriors' bench cut this deficit to 114-101 in the 4th, forcing Houston to bring back its starters to finish the job. Fred VanVleet led the way with 26 points on sharp shooting, while Amen Thompson added 25 and Alperen Sengun nearly notched a triple-double. Jalen Green had another quiet night with just 11 points, a trend the Rockets need to reverse to stay in the series. For the Warriors, this one got away early, but they still have 2 chances to close it out, including Game 6 back at home. If not, it's back to Houston for Game 7, and then anything can happen. Meanwhile, Rudy Gobert delivered a playoff career-high 27 points and 27 rebounds, leading the Minnesota Timberwolves to a 103-96 win over the Los Angeles Lakers in Game 5. Julius Randle added 23 points and Anthony Edwards chipped in 15 points and 11 rebounds as the 6th seed Timberwolves won 3 straight to close out the series. Minnesota will face the winner of the Houston Golden State series with Game 6. Luka Doncic scored 28 points and had 9 assists. LeBron James added 22, but the Lakers fell in the first round for a second straight year. Rui Hachimura added 23 points, but the Lakers have advanced past the first round only once since their 2020 title. Gobert took advantage of the Lakers' small ball strategy, dominating inside in a game where Minnesota struggled from deep, missing 17 straight before Mike Conley hit a clutch 3 with 1:22 left. The Wolves started strong with a 14-point lead, but the Lakers rallied. Doncic had a scare after a hard fall, but returned with a back brace. LeBron hurt his ankle, but also came back later. And here are the current playoff rankings. Now here's your daily dose of sports lingo. What is a wicket in cricket? In cricket, the term wicket is one of the most commonly used and multifaceted pieces of sporting lingo. It holds 3 distinct meanings depending on the context. First, it refers to the physical structure made up of 3 vertical stumps and 2 bails that the bowler tries to hit. This is what you see on both ends of the pitch. Second, it describes the dismissal of a batter. When a player gets out, commentators say a wicket has fallen. For example, England lost 3 wickets in quick succession. Third, it also refers to the pitch or playing surface itself. Phrases like it's a spin-friendly wicket or a flat wicket describe how the ball behaves when bouncing on the ground. This one word packs a lot of power in the game of cricket, just like a great all-rounder. It can do it all. It's time for our off-court buzzer. So after the Lakers got bounced by the Timberwolves, LeBron James isn't ready to say if he is retiring or coming back.
I don't know. I don't have the answer to that. Something I'll sit down with my family, my wife, and then just have conversations with myself on how long I want to continue to play.
LeBron is 40 years old, still putting up solid stats, and has done pretty much everything in the NBA, including playing with his son, Bronny, this season. He's got a player option, but for now, he's taking his time. His 24.87 average this season shows he still got it. But even the King feels the miles tied with Vince Carter for most seasons ever. His legacy's already set, and Bronny's heading to Summer League in Vegas. And LeBron, well, he's just saying, see ya when I see ya. And that's our roundup for tonight, the 1st of May. Up next, let's get to know more about the world's #1 heavyweight sambista, the Philippines' very own Sambo queen, Sydney Tancontian. When we return right here on The Scorecard. She is a certified UAAP judo legend. Now her fighting skills are making waves in the global Sambo stage as she is now ranked world #1 in the heavyweight division. Please welcome to the BNC studio, the mighty Sydney Tancontian, Asia Sambo Queen, isang karangalan.
Hello po, magandang gabi po sa inyo. Very happy to be here po.
Sydney, you are the world's best, world's #1. Nag-sink in na ba that you are the #1 ranked Sambo fighter in the heavyweight division?
Very grateful po ako na finally after 7 years, ngayon lang po kasi ako nag-rank 1 ever since 2018. And Siyempre, happy kasi yun nga po, like I said earlier, kakabalik ko lang rin po for competitions and ito po yung naging result. So, malaki po siyang parang drive sa akin to continue until the World Championship po.
Now, this is not the first time na nag-guest ka dito sa The Scorecard. My colleague and co-host Erica Christensen Lee visited you sa gym at nakapag-usap kayo. And natuwa si Erica, she was talking to me earlier. Sabi niya na natuwa siya because nung nag-usap kayo, you told her that your goal was to be number 1.
Yeah.
So, I mean, now that you look back to that conversation that you have and you come here to the studio, how hard was it to reach that level?
Siguro po, kasi sa ngayon, I wear a lot of hats na rin po.
Yes.
I'm not only an athlete. I do coaching na rin, the side, and as official, yun na rin po. Marami na akong ginagawa. And siguro, paano ba? Very happy ako kasi hindi po ganun kadali. Lalo na very Central Asia and Russian, ano yan, yung malakas sa sport namin.
Yes.
So, very difficult po na maging top. And nakuha po natin. That just proves na we can be good Sambis po as a Filipino.
Okay, Sydney, pag-usapan natin yung goal before we get to those other hats that you wear. So, sinabi mo nga kanina, you had a short hiatus. Your last competition was late last year before competing in the Netherlands. Now, after the Netherlands sa Uzbekistan naman for the Asia-Oceania Sambo Championships, with those two competitions, did you imagine that you would garner the points needed to get world number 1? And which competition was harder for you?
Hindi po ako nag-expect na I will be number 1 kasi yung last competition ko na ranked was last year for Asian Oceania din. But I won silver medal. So yun yung parang isa sa mga point na nadagdag dun sa ngayong points ko para makuha ko yung 720.
Okay. Now this latest one, yung competition mo sa Uzbekistan, we were talking earlier na yung road to getting the gold was very hard kasi mabibigat yung mga tinalo mo. First, yung sa Kazakhstan. Tell us about that experience.
With the fight with Kazakhstan, nagkalaro na po kami 4 times. I think this is the 4th time na nagkalaro kami. And every competition, every match namin, 1 point, penalty. Because in Sambo, sino yung huli na na-penalty, siya yung matatalo.
Okay.
So, yung last time, before she became a world champion, kami yung first match.
Wow.
So, yun yung pinaka-closest ko to becoming a world champion. Kasi, sa lahat ng matches niya, ako lang yung walang puntos. And she only won by a penalty. So, lahat ng matches namin is sobrang dikit. And she knows how I play. Pero yun din siguro yung naging lamang ko. Kasi I also know how she plays. And mas alam ko na kung paano yung galaw niya.
Magkaibigan ba kayo?
Yes, we're very good friends.
Okay. So may factor pala yun. Isasantabi niyo muna yung pagkakaibigan niyo.
Yes. Minsan nga po, nagugulat sila. Kasi after the competition, sobrang tropa kami. We'll be smiling, we'll be laughing. Sobrang ingay namin. And yun. Pero, mahirap din kasi siya rin yung isa sa pinakamalaki with my category. So, siya yung isa sa talaga.
And then you advanced to face Mongolia in the finals. That was different naman because aside from, instead of being familiar with this opponent, ito, hindi ka masyadong familiar. How was that naman in the finals?
Yun naman po, medyo tricky siya kasi coming into the finals, nakita ko yung match niya with a Uzbek girl.
Okay.
And she fought like, alam ko, tapos yung oras na 5 minutes with a score of 12 and 7. And sa category namin, very rare yung ganun. Kasi it means grabe yung activity nila and maraming attempts, maraming throws na nangyari. So very agile siya for me, I think. But then, syempre, coming into the finals, nag-iba na rin yung mindset ko. And siguro, mas naging strategic ako, given na mas magalaw siya. And,
Well, congratulations on your victory. We're very proud of you. Siyempre, anytime somebody, especially a Filipina, achieves that world #1 ranking, it's such a huge honor and we're very proud. But you said, marami kang ginagawa ngayon. You're wearing many hats. Si Coach Ace, nandito, si Coach Alas. You're into coaching now. Is this something na you envisioned also, that you would try to coach as well?
Yes po, for sure. Sa ngayon po, mas more on pinofocus ko yung mga bagong part ng national team namin na going for the Youth and Junior Sambo Championship. So, yun yung focus ko na age group for now.
Okay. You have the patience naman for coaching kasi I think in coaching...
Medyo wala.
Paano yun?
Medyo nagagalit ako konti, mga ganon sa kanila. Pero, ano naman, they try to understand naman. Kasi kung medyo super soft ako sa kanila,
Okay.
balance naman yung akin.
Okay, Sydney, another thing that's very impressive is that you're also, ano ba ang official designation mo? Chairperson of your commission?
Yes. I am chairperson for the International Sambo Federation.
Grabe.
So, yun po. Last year lang po ako naging chairperson.
Okay, tell us about the story with regards to that naman. I hear like it was turned over to you by somebody from a different nation as well.
Yes po. So, I started competing in 2018.
Okay.
And dun po ako na-discover ng yung chairperson before me.
Yeah.
So, she asked me if I want to nominate for the Athletes Commission. And luckily, na-elect naman po ako as a member. So, I had 4 year term. And then, sakto, patapos na yung chairmanship niya. And then, she told me, okay, maybe you can try to run for chairperson.
Wow.
Then, you'll see if the athletes will still vote.
Wow.
So, yun po. Elected naman po.
Wow. So even back then, nakitaan ka na ng potential. And of course, I guess your heart for the sport to give back in a different capacity. So, ganun pala, no?
Opo.
Okay.
Kasi, hindi po ganon ka-usual yung Southeast Asian countries sa Sambo din that time. So, and hindi ganon kadalas yung nananalo. So, isa yon sa mga rin kasi criteria. Dapat active ka. And yun yung starting namin as a member na ng International Federation namin.
Okay, Sydney, ang dami mo nang na-achieve sa buhay mo. You're a coach, you're part of the commission, you're Asia's Sambo Queen, and you're also world #1. What is next? Is the Olympics within your sight? Because I know this is also part of the goals of your family.
Yes po, every athlete's dream is to be part of the Olympics, to win in the Olympics. Siyempre, it's the Olympic dream. It's every athlete's dream. Pero ako po kasi as an athlete, mas hindi po ako ganon kalayo yung aking projection. Kasi po, I believe na kung ano yung current na nangyayari, yun muna yung i-face mo. So, for now, ang piniprepare ko po talaga is the upcoming World Championship. And yun yung pinaka-goal ko. Sambo gave me opportunity and Sambo opened a lot of doors. Yun po yung gusto ko na maging goal. Maging world champion ako before everything else.
Well, we're very happy with everything that you achieved and we will be praying for you and supporting you all the way. Sydney Sy Tancontian, thank you so much.
Thank you po.
And all the best. We hope that you get that gold in the World Championships.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Up next, from the madness in Motown to the rest of the Eastern mayhem, who else is climbing, who's crumbling, and who's making a statement in round 1? Stick around so you can keep your eyes on the prize. Welcome back to the Scorecard. It's time to keep your eyes on the prize. All right, NBA fans, let's set the stage for what could be either the final curtain or the start of something we did not see coming. The New York Knicks, they have a 3-2 lead, but Detroit, they are not going out quietly. And with Game 6 tipping off tonight in the Motor City, the Pistons are either about to kick the door open or get sent home packing. Let's talk game number 5. The Knicks had the crowd, the momentum, and a chance to close it out in Madison Square Garden. But instead, Cade Cunningham said, not yet. He drops 24, 8, and 8. Jalen Duren does the dirty work with 14 boards. And just like that, the Pistons force game number 6. This Detroit team is one of the craziest turnarounds we've seen in a decade. From 14 wins to 44 and the number 6 seed in the East. They weren't just happy to be here. And tonight, they're playing with house pride. Now, Cade is clearly the dude, but the glue? That's Jalen Duren and Tobias Harris. Duren's been an absolute rebound machine, and Harris, he's playing like he's in 2019 Philly again. Smart, efficient, and unfazed. But let's flip it a little bit, because here's the thing. Jalen Brunson, he looked mortal in Game 5. 4 of 16 shooting, just 16 points. His lowest output in the playoffs. This guy had been torching the Pistons with 30-plus every night until Tuesday. And if you're New York, that's the worry, right? You had a chance to close it at home, but you didn't. And now you're flying into Detroit, where the Pistons have everything to gain and nothing to lose. Now, the Knicks still have the edge. Karl Anthony Towns has quietly had a solid series. OG Anunoby, he's been the X factor on both ends. Mikal Bridges still doing Mikal Bridges things. But it's going to come down to pace and control. And honestly, who punches first? Now here's the curveball though. Detroit hasn't won a home playoff series since 2008. That's 9 straight L's in front of their home crowd. If you're looking for a weird stat that looms large, that's it. Still, Cunningham says they're confident, and that group genuinely looks like they like each other. And that stuff matters in a long series. They don't want this run to end yet. So here we go. Knicks Pistons Game 6. It's either the night Brunson rewrites Game 5 or the night Cade blows this thing wide open and sends us all back to MSG for an epic Game 7. Man, I don't know what's gonna happen, but I know this. We're watching two teams with real stories, real emotions, and real stakes. And that is playoff basketball, baby. Stay ahead of the game as the battle for the playoffs heats up with high-stakes games. And here is your forecast for tomorrow's matchups. That wraps up tonight's preview, so you can keep your eyes on the prize. Before we go, think on this. From an 11-time All-Star, 2001 NBA MVP, and one of the most fearless scorers the league has ever seen, Allen Iverson, he once said, "Don't ever underestimate the heart of a champion." And with that, thank you for joining us tonight. We'll see you tomorrow on the Scorecard, where sports is our business and business is our sport, on the Bilyonaryo News Channel. This has been Anton Roxas. Have a blessed evening, everybody. Good night.